Hey, hey, how are we doing, everyone? How are we doing? Happy Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Or is it Thursday? I believe it's Thursday. There we go. Maureen, how you doing? Welcome in. So I hope we're sounding okay, everyone. Some reason, I don't know if Stream Elements is gonna play ball. Hopefully it does, because I would like to see if my commands are gonna work. Should see that's Stream Elements ain't playing ball. Because what it should be doing when I'm putting these commands in, they should be posting your links. You know what I've got to say to that, guys? Everybody coming in, we got to say one thing.
Hello there. Hello.
So, yeah, how are we all doing? It's just a little random one. God, it feels weird. I need some more stuff in the background. We need to get this looking up better. How you doing in 3 Acres, Quafer? Welcome in, Christine. Welcome in, Maureen. Arnold. Dino. So, yeah, I appreciate everybody stopping by. As I say, this is just going to be Thursday daytime, random chat about fish, whether it's tropical or marina. Doesn't matter either way. Thank you very much, Arnold. Greatly appreciated. So, yeah, we're just going to try and start putting out more throughout the week. Obviously, doing it this way as well. It engages the channel with everybody. And yeah, because obviously when there's only one tropical tank, it's hard to just always post videos of that one tank, no matter what you do. You know? So obviously, yeah, there's videos and things like that. Personally, I'm waiting on an email to come back from a fish store from when I'm away to see whether they will allow us to go and do a bit of recording while we're there as well. So technically there'll be 2 videos if they allow us, maybe even 3 if I can push it, because obviously this place has their koi side, they've got their marina, and of course they've got their tropical. So I was thinking whether to split them so that tropical section have their own section, and then the saltwater has its own section, and then obviously the koi. Well, that same again. And who is pinging my phone? Let's just turn that down. So yeah, what's everybody been up to? Apologies on the hand, guys. It's flared up. Yeah, he has found out what the issue, and he's had to got to order a new fan piece. Yeah, it was a quick pop in before I go back to work. Yeah, make sure you don't overcook nothing today, will you? Worst thing is, my cup of coffee's just run out and all, and he's not here. Shocking. So yeah, guys, what we're planning on doing as well, let me know what your thoughts is. Obviously, you see the TV behind me. So I'm going to try and see if I can find an old USB memory stick so that when we're live, we can have an up and coming thumbnail to a video that will be dropping at the next point up there. So you get a sneak preview of what's actually coming to the channel. So yeah, I think that'd be a nice little touch. You get a little sneak peek. Finally, the leak has been found. What, the leak on yours? You found it? Was it what you were saying in between the bog filter and the pond? I still haven't found my leak. I had heck of delay. Strange. Shouldn't have no delay. So yeah, what's everybody's thoughts on? Oh no, I haven't found my leak. What I mean about the leak was the thumbnail going up on the TV of a video to come, just so you guys get a little sneak preview into what's going to be coming up. Yeah, so it's just a little thing, you know, just makes it a little bit more quirky. You know, you'll get that little backstage part. So it's kind of like having membership access where you get sneak peeks into what's going to happen and what's going to go on without actually having the sneak peek to actually pay for it. Because obviously we're not at 500 yet, and it's going to be a while. I personally feel a while until we get there. So if I can do anything like that, just try and give that little bit more insight, shall I say? Then yeah, I think it'll be a quirky little gimmick that will obviously, hopefully, allow people to know whether it's a video that they want to watch as well. Because yeah, there's a couple of fish stores. I think I've got to do some more research into all the different places where I'll be going, but I know there's one very, very close. Like, to be honest, if it was a still night and they had their doors open, I could probably hear their water running. So yeah, there's that idea. And also I want to kind of have a little beta chat as well with you all. As you see in the thumbnail, the beta and the angelfish, they will be coming apparent why I chose those two fish for this thumbnail. So we'll start off with one of everybody's favorites, whether you're just starting out or a seasoned fish keeper, the beta fish. Obviously, I know Arnold keeps a lot. I know Christine's got one. Not sure if Maureen's got a little beta, but what would you guys say would be the minimum, absolute minimum of a bet that a beta tank should be in comfortably? Because you see all these videos where they're like, you know, 5 gallon, 10 gallon, you know, 10 gallon, I can kind of just justify with it. Yeah, for 30 litre. But you do see a lot of people keeping them in 5 gallons, and I can understand why. You know, they're used to being in like their little tiny tubs, especially over there across the pond. You know, they're kept a lot different as well as what they are over here, which obviously I have explained previously. But yo, Mexicali, how you doing? Welcome in, first time. We will give you a little.
Hello there.
Well, yeah, I'm just adding little quirky sound clips, guys, as well. So it's just a little something just to uplift us. No, welcome in, George. Yes, I have quite a few each in planted 6-gallon cubes that slowly have dwindled them down to just 3 now. Okay, nice. So yeah, obviously, as I kind of, well, my brain kind of got sidetracked because it does that. When you see Petco, PetSmart, you see them in their little plastic containers, right? Over here, I'm not quite sure what the literage is. Arnold will be able to tell me, which obviously he used to work in one of the stores. What size, Arnold, was the little cube tanks that they have them on the display racks? Because I personally think they're like, what, 10 liter? Something like that. They're not ideal. They're 5 liters. Okay. Got ya. Because obviously, where over in the States, they have them in that, like I say, they're little containers. Where over here, we have them in the little 5 liter. I don't know whether they're glass or acrylic. I want to kind of say they're acrylic because it'd be a lot easier to get hold of them over a 5 liter glass. So at some point, they could be an insight into actually getting some acrylic and some clear fish safe silicone and actually getting an acrylic cutter, because obviously I've cut perspex and things like that throughout the years, you know, as obviously Hobbytown's also done it a couple of times as well. So I was contemplating at some point actually trying to see if I could make something similar to that, but having it slightly larger, because obviously I wanted to at some point have a little setup where I've got them all stacked up on a shelf. Obviously, each section or each tank on either, depending on where they are, left or right. Well, to be honest, it would be one would get painted black on the left and the back. All the backs would get painted, and then be left. Yeah, pretty much left all the way through, actually, apart from the end one, which will be painted left and right. Because obviously I want the edge of one tank where another tank comes in to be blacked off, just so that for the betas' peace of mind and less stress, they don't see each other, so they're not going to be flaring, stressing out, anything like that. So that will be kind of the issue that I will be, not even an issue, kind of like the line that I would go with it. I have seen quite a few people where they'll just use either a 30-liter tank and have them, instead of having them that way, they'll shift them so you only actually see the width, you don't see the length, and then they'll have them pushed back in so you can fit more in a section. So that's another option as well. So obviously they get plenty of room, plus they don't actually look like they take up much room. So everyone will be like, oh, that's a small tank. Oh, guys, I'll be right back. I've got somebody at the door. All right. Sorry about that. We had an Amazon delivery, and it wasn't actually for me. So, Maureen said you've got 3 betas. What ones you've got? Which ones do you have? I personally love the dragon scale. That is one of my favorite betas that I have personally kept. I kind of had like a copper and red, and yeah, that was a very pretty one. If I remember correctly, Christine's is a Dumbo Pacat. Either that or a Dumbo Half Moon, one of the two. I know there's Dumbo definitely there from the fins at the pectorals. You can definitely tell it's a Dumbo, which are very pretty. I do like them. Ah, yeah, Dumbo Half Moon. Yeah. See, I always get them kind of mixed up because obviously over here we get quite a lot of the Half Moon Pacats, which are pretty much ones you see generic in most stores. You will see when I'm away, you'll see quite a few of them. Hopefully we'll get to see some of the what they class as the galaxies as well. Maybe if we're lucky, we might see a couple of veil tails, things like that as well. So yeah, that would be an interesting one. If they've got a large variety, then we might put together using clips we take from there into like a different type of beta video. Because obviously I found a very cool transition screen that I am dying to try out. And I think that would be perfect. Because, yeah, it'll be an interesting one. Be like a label it story time of the beta. So, yeah, that's a potential one. In fact, I haven't got a pen up here, otherwise I'd write that idea down. But I'm sure people will remind me. So yeah, obviously I need to work out all the different types that there are anyway, because obviously I know ones that I know of is obviously okay, bro. So obviously you got what they class as the alien beta, which are more of a pretty unique color. Dragon scale, half moons, Pacats, Dumbos, veil. I believe you can get a double as well, so you get a double tail. So yeah, there's multiple different. I'm not sure how many different types Actually, that could be a question to ask Google. Yeah, exactly. That concept is kind of where I would want to go. But if I could, then I would buy the acrylic separate and make the tanks bigger. Definitely. So apparently you can also get what's called a spot fin beta, which are something that I've never heard of. My tank being running at 22.6 for a week with nothing in but that filter. Yeah. Spot fin beta. Let's have a see about that. Apparently, it's what they class as the Holy Grail beta. I don't personally think. I can see why they get the name. Yeah, they've got a very. The females have got a usual stubby tail. Males slightly more rounded, very short finned and short tailed. Obviously, pectoral fins are pretty similar, the same shape. The spot fin beta, also known as the Brunei Beauty, is a species of the labyrinth fish endemic of the island of Borneo. It generally inhabits pools and very slow-flowing water in rivers and streams. Very shallow waters of only 30 centimeters. You sent me an email. Okie dokie. I have to remember which one I'm on. Okay, gotcha. So what we might do here is, if I go to here, save said image, and then what we'll do is we'll remove that one. Okay, I'm trying to work out why it's not letting me do that. Good evening, Cinders. Good evening. Close that down. Just open up the PC. 1 second, guys and girls. Okay, well, that's not playing ball. There we go. It's woken up. It's probably because we got a an update coming up. So if we go to this image here, not quite sure how it's going to show. Maybe you can actually see it. There we go. Let me just zoom in. So yeah, this is what Arnold emailed over. So we've got obviously the veil tail, very much common. It is very common. Predominantly in the UK, we find these in red, like solid all red. But I've never really seen many of the other ones that are different colors. You might get the odd occasional rare, like, you know, almost a platinum all white. What Ruben says, here we go. Of course. And obviously you've got your crown tails, obviously because of their spiky tail appearance. Never heard of a cone tail though. That's a similar to the crown tail. Rays are longer than the webbing. However, difference between the fin and the rays, the webs is not so to scale. Okay. So yeah, there's the double tail that I was referring to, which are quite interesting. I have seen a double tail half moon as well. That was quite an interesting one to spot, because obviously the tail on the half moon's a lot bigger than what their standard version of them are. So when you get put two of the half moon tails on there, they do cover quite a lot of space. Spade tail, again, that's not one that I personally have ever seen. Would be interesting to see one. As you can see, yeah, you can definitely tell that was a spade tail. You could definitely tell that by the shape on its tail. And obviously you got the half moon, which is when flared with a fan of 180 degrees, which, yeah, they are very pretty when they're flared out. But personally for myself, they're only flared out for two reasons: whether they're stressed or they want to have a fight. Over half moon, but that is a massive tail. Jeez. Delta tail starts to narrow towards the body, the fish, and widens towards the tip. Okay, yeah, I've had, when I first started out, the first grouping of female betas that I had were actually deltas. And if my brother actually remembers when we got the 125 and the tank that was up here beforehand that had the females in, then they were the deltas. And then you've got your super deltas. Again, I don't think I've actually seen many. Ordered a new magnet and fan, be here Saturday. Nice. Isn't something else coming on Saturday? So you got the super delta, very similar to the delta tail. The super delta tail flare between 120 degrees and to 160 degrees. It does not reach the 180 of the half moon. Okay, so you can kind of tell whether someone's trying to sell a super delta or a half moon, because it won't be a full 180 tail. So that's something to look out for, guys, if you're in a store looking. They're saying that they're actually, yep, my bit. Isn't it 2 for me? Isn't it nums as well? And then you've got a contribution of crown. Oh, a half sun. Contribution of a crown tail and a half moon. This results in a large tail with a spread of 180 plus slight crowning between the fin rays. Okay, so that's kind of your mixed tail between crown tail and a half moon. Okay. And as you can see, guys, information was passed on to me from Arnold. Let me get a little sneak preview of that tank there. So yeah, there is quite a few of them, which is quite an interesting one. That is for sure. There is many different species and different, well, not even species, but different varieties is the correct terminology, because they're all the same species, because they're all betas. But yeah, there is that. There's always ways, I feel. Oh, there's another page too. Okay, let me grab that from the email. Scribble. So yeah, here is second part. So you got your rose tails again. It's not one I've heard of. Or the feather tail. Beautiful rose tail, beautiful version of the half moon, with the difference is excessive branching on the rays of the fins, which causes overlapping. Oh, okay. Feather tail is very similar to the rose tail. However, there is even more excessive branching fin rays, giving it an extra fluidity in appearance. Obviously, we've got a good old faithful plaquettes. Generally speaking, term, yeah, it is pretty much most used. Craigie, yo, Mal, how you doing? Welcome in, guys. That's all good, Mal. Good thing is you're here. That is the main thing. So yeah, it's interesting to see. We're just looking at all some of the different varieties of the beta. Because yeah, I do like me beta fish. You know, most of us is where we either started or we still keep them. Generally speaking, from the plaquette, is described as a short fin beta fish. Tail is shorter and round, so more round of the traditional. So when they talk about the half moon plaquette, what they're kind of basically doing, from what I can gather from read from that, is they wanted to try and get the more roundness from the placat with the half moon size of the tail, which makes sense. Yep, how are we all doing? Hope you got some goodies when you went there, Mal. Eduardo, welcome in. Greggy, it's all good, mate. I'm kind of the same. If there's not a live going on, I feel kind of empty. I'm like, come on, give me something to watch. I need something. Yo, Pure and Shrimple, how you doing? Welcome in. So obviously you got your Dumbos. Yeah. Not strictly a tail type, but the Dumbo ear beta is an extra large pectoral fins, which results in the fins looking like elephant ears. Yep. At least Shane has another accent for today. Yep. There's a challenge for you. Write a list of all the ones you go in and write down the accents. See how many you can, how many different accents you can find in a day. So yeah, obviously, you know, when you go into some places and they've got a half moon, like a Dumbo half moon, you kind of get the best of both worlds because you get that larger tail on the rear, but then you've also got the Dumbo-esque front finnage as well on the pectorals. So yeah, there's definitely some interesting ones there for sure. So yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye out when we go there. Let's see. Andy was Chinese. Craig was on Brazilian. Shane seems to be sounding like he's a tad Cuban. Oh, Eduardo. Granted, the face in this light does look like I've kind of doing that. Do they all have the same personalities? If you were referring to the betas, no. You'll find most of the betas, they will all, which is kind of what I like about them. They all tend to have their own personalities. Or if you mean us actual live creators, then I would definitely not know. Hopefully, we're all bubbly and, you know, wanting to have a laugh and share information that we learn with you guys, the same as if there's any information that you guys know that you want to share, feel free. Type it in chat. As you say, we're always new to learning new things. The betas. Or the betters, depending on how you wish to say it. Like and share, please. Showing some new subs. That would be greatly appreciated, guys, if you could like and share. Yeah, I agree. Shane, betters have a very singular personality to each of them. It's very nice for the species. It really is. You know, I've had some that have been okay with like tetras, things like that as well. But I know some that have come from tanks where they've been isolated and you put them in, even with like the cardinals and things like that, they will attack them. I have 12 placat betas in together and they get on very well, but the ones that I've jarred up, they just want to fight each other. Yeah. See, that's the thing. If they're used to Mel, that's not very top secret. Come on. That's not very top secret at all, Mel. Yeah. Discuss. I know you were saying it the other day as well about them as well. So, yeah. Definitely be interested keeping an eye out. I haven't got notifications on. So, when that one drops, I will be watching. How did Arnold get that? Dun, dun, dun. In fact, guys, you know what? I'm actually going to find it right now for you. For those that don't know, you can do it. And yeah, how did Arnold find it? There we go. That's better. Shame, but female betas are very peaceful compared to the horny males. Yes, they very much so are. Welcome in, Debs. So yeah, I've had female community tank, or as they like to call them, the sorority tanks. They are pretty. You know, you got a nice, quite large, I would say, 35 to a 40 gallon. You know, you got nice plants and things like that. Give them a, say, if you got a nice, good sized tank, whether it's a 35 or a 40, you know, then, and it's planted, and you've got plenty of caves and hidey holes, then yeah, you can have quite a nice full tank of the females, and they all get along absolutely fine because they've all got their own little places where they can hide and, you know, just escape. Yep, exactly that, Eduardo. That's what if I was to do a female like sorority tank, I would do it in a 40. You know, nice full spectrum light as well, because obviously you can get the females in many different colors, and having the right lighting on the tank, plus the plants as well, will benefit from it, but you can really make them pop. That is for sure. So, again, when we go there, we'll keep an eye out and see whether they've actually done like a female beta tank, and if they have, we'll see what they've got in there. No, they're in the pH around 70, so I'm good on tap for now. Yeah, for now. Sadly, Aquarium Daily, how you doing? Welcome in, Andrew. Hope your fishy bingo was good. How was that lurking? Yeah, your discos are in pH of 8. So what is the range for a discus? Is it between 7 to 8.5, or can they have more of a variety of scale? So like say 6.5 up to like say 8.5. Geez, Arnold, how your tap is 6. Yeah, I did think Arnold's tap pH was about 6. So how's he got it up to 8. So in the wild, between 6 and 7. Tank bred, between 7 and 8. Okay, so you've kind of gone for that, trying to get to that 7.5 happy medium place. Or are you going to be sticking them, keeping them at that 8? Because obviously I know you can add, I'm guessing you could add the same leaves as what you would add to a beta tank to actually bring the pH level down slightly. Like the almond leaves and things like that. But granted, you will put the tannins into the water. I don't know how discus would deal with the tannins. Again, it depends on what they're used to, I guess. I'm going to keep them around 7.8 to 8, but their main tank has a large bogwood, so it will naturally go down. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the bogwood will eventually suck up that pH a little bit and bring it down in the tank naturally, which is a good thing as well. It's always good to get that natural balance. Pretty much with any kind of tank, you know, if you can keep it at that natural balance, then it's less chemicals going in, which in turn is better for the fish anyway. So personally, myself, if I could go down the line of it, I'm not messing with it. I'm just going 7 tap. Stability is key. Yeah. Again, same with any kind of species, especially with the discus, because from what I've read up, they can be a little bit on the sensitive kind of scale with it as well. So if you can keep them at that solid range that you want to do. Temperature is the main issue, so that would be between 24 and 25. Is that right? Which would be what, 78, 79, if I remember correctly, in Fahrenheit. Oh, 30 plus. Wow. Okay, so they like it a lot warmer. Okay, that is interesting. That certainly is interesting. Giving me more information to absorb into this sponge, which is my brain. So 30-32 is ideal. So if that's the case, and you know, just like that, is there any other fish in the tropical industry that can actually live with discus in that temperature? Because I didn't even know they could actually deal with that kind of temps. I thought they were more like a generic between that 24 to 28 range. I've known that they can go 30-32. Okay, so cardinals, stir-bys, and quarries, and ramps. Okay. I think I need to do some temperature research. I wonder if my Acarus are in slightly lower end of their temperature. I think at the moment they're sitting, I want to say 25, 26. I think. Around that side kind of scale. But obviously they're going to have the perfect temp. Cool. So yeah, I'll set up the Haiger heater when I get round to doing the review. Just been doing a bit of graphic work towards it. Okay. But there's also the side as well of it would depend on, you know, where you are as well, of what's classed as your normal temps. You know, if you're in Florida, your normal temps are going to be inside house temperature quite high compared to, say, here, or, you know, places like that. But it's definitely good to know that you can have them in that area, because personally, I do think discuses are pretty fish, but a lot of people can sometimes be not scared to take them. That's not the right term, but slightly more concerned, I would guess, would be the more better way of doing it. And yes, I did drop a little pun there as well, going back to previous comments. Well, not comments, but previous section, where that would be quite interesting to know whereabouts he is. Because, yeah, you can always look up the average temperatures in that area over summer period, winter period. There are websites where you can actually pull up that information. So, yeah, it's definitely interesting. Excuse me. It was an awful night last night. Shoulder was twinging quite a bit. Didn't get to sleep, I think, till about 5. So, yeah. You'll have to bear with me, guys, if I start yawning too much. If I start yawning too much, I'll have to put the Be Right Back screen on. Not sure what temp he keeps them at, but I know he doesn't chase numbers. He's on the northeast coast. Okay. Ash from the IFS wanted me to have his breeding pair, but I was scared of killing one. Yeah, being new to them. Yeah, discus are a lot of work, especially when water changing. Every time I do a water change, I check the temp in the tank. And then on the new water, I always do anyway. I've always been one where as soon as I do a water change on a tropical tank, I always have that temperature gun with me. So obviously, you know, you drain your water how far you want, put in your tap safe into the water that's left, top it up. But as I'm topping it up, I try and get. I'm going to need another cup of coffee soon. So I try and get the water in the tank, in the buckets, as close to the water that's in the tank, so there's not that swing. Because, yeah, I've always been one to think the closer you can get it to what you have in there, one, it's less work for your heater. So therefore, you're actually kind of putting the longevity or the lifespan of your heater under less workload. So potentially your heaters can last longer anyway, obviously depending on whether they've got a manufacturer's guideline on them. But yeah, I always try and match the water within 1 degree. But yeah, Mal, I would do exactly. I would be in the same if I was new to keeping them. Yeah, well, Eduardo, with most tanks, you know, the bigger the better. You know, even with koi ponds, the bigger the better. But it always comes down to what you can have and what space you've got. but I'm sure if Arnold's got them, they're in quite a good sized tank. Considering he's got quite a few of them. You know, I wouldn't know whether you could get away with putting them in like a 125, or whether, to me, that would kind of be their minimum. So yeah, that would be kind of my when I had my discus 12 years, they were in a 220 gallon and only had 2 and 100 rummy nose. So yeah, Arnold's got them in a 200-liter tank with 2 sponge filters. Okay, interesting. One thing I did learn on his channel is don't feed beef heart to discus. It's a running. Oh dear. Only frozen and discus pellets. So no flake or anything like that. They have quite a specific dietary needs. With a sump filtration, 3 air stones running for bubbles. Yeah, as I say, this is what I kind of like about the hobby as well, is everybody kind of keeps them in different stages, you know, different environments. It's just like that, you know. It's always good. You're always finding something different, which is always, you know, different doesn't always necessarily mean bad. Especially, you know, mine hate flake 4 times a day. If they are young, twice a day for an adult. Okay, well, yeah, I can get that. You know, they need that 4 times a day feeding if they're babies, because they got a pack on their size, and the more the body's growing, the more they're going to want to eat. I know that one. I deal with that one outside daily. And then, yeah, twice a day for an adult. It's about right. Would you, with discus, would you give them that day off? I've heard they're a nightmare if you feed them after midnight. I'm just going with the information I was given from the person who bred them. Mal, are you going to turn around and tell me they're going to turn into mugwires if you feed them after midnight? Feed 3 times a day and then 1 day off and 3 days. Yeah. So you give them that 1 day, like you do with a beta. You know, you feed them a few days, give them a day off. Predominantly, most people with betas, they won't feed on a Sunday. Did you like that one, Pure? Did you like that one? Macquarie. Yeah, we can't have a load of gremlins swimming around in the tankers when you wake up in the morning, just because you fed them after midnight. I make havoc of your fish room. Jeez. Could you just imagine all the tanks popping? Yeah, that's even worse. You know, you're feeding them wet, but you're feeding them wet in water. Exactly. You'd be absolutely screwed. Yeah. If they're mugwires and they're in a fish tank, no. A-Frame, welcome in. One were the red Marlborough females that were about a medium dish size. Wow, that is a fair old chunk. So yeah, welcome in, guys. As I say, I don't know if Stream Elements is actually going to be doing any work today. So you definitely can't keep a mugwort in a fish room. I was fighting my technology. Now I need to look into that because I've heard that quite a few emails and things like messages from people saying that with this channel, they are finding it difficult to find us. I'm not sure why. I don't know whether it's because of, the tanks and fish and people actually typing in and as a word and not the symbol. So I don't know whether that's partly the issue. But I have heard it's been quite tricky. So I will be looking into that. But for those that are posting videos as well as shorts and lives, have you seen the related video section in your studio? Eduardo. Yeah, we're definitely live. Hang on, you just let me. Yeah, that hurt. Yeah, pinch myself. It hurt. We are definitely live, Eduardo. Yeah. Yeah, it is very handy. So what I've been doing is not so much on here because I haven't got any long form content, but I've been doing it over on the Hearts Koi channel. Is when I've been doing a part project video, I'll take a small short while I'm doing that, and then once I've recorded the video and that's uploaded, whilst that's uploading in private, because obviously I wanted to render in the high speed, like the best render, I'll do that, and then when I upload that short after, I will then go into related and add that long form to that short. So pretty much that short then becomes your thumbnail as well as a thumbnail. So you have an animated thumbnail as well as your normal thumbnail. Because if you do it that way, all I've got to do is click on the text on the bottom of the screen and it will catapult them straight to the long form video without them having to actually search. Yeah, it is definitely, pretty much A-Frame is pretty much a tiny Premiere because you're giving them that little 60-second snippet of what's in the long form. So if you say something's happened and you've got a snippet of, say, someone's face looking shocked or stunned or something along them lines, and you tag it like, oh my god, what just happened, then because you've got that link then linked in the bottom, they'll want to possibly click on that link to go and see what happened on the build up to what they saw. Here we go. Stream Elements has finally woken up. Yeah, pretty much pure. Hey, I don't do it, but I know for a fact it works. I've seen it work. But at least it would be a one that actually has a purpose. Eduardo, Stream Elements is always having a sleep. Always. I bet you if I do one of my commands, it won't work. I don't know whether it's because it's in here. Hey! Well done, Stream Elements. Well done. So why didn't you join the Twisted Grown show with this? And was it timing? Yes. The IBCs I had crashed. 40 fish died because of issues. So then the IBCs were ripped out. Tank 1 got built. Didn't get built in time. I've still got to take out my filters out of my shed that, you know, they're just odd filters laying around, either 3000s, 4000s, 2000s, 1500, 1500s, and just stick them all in a fish safe disinfectant, aka Virkon Aquatic. So I'll put that all into a bucket, soak them all individually as well, leave them in there with an air stone for between 24 and 48 hours. I know they say the Virkon will last up to 72, but I want to give it that full strength of it. I don't want that going near the end of its line, if that makes sense. You know, there are things that I would put in after the 78 because I know it's still good for that time period after that to then still clean. So there are things I would still use with that. Laugh my ass off. It worked ASAP. She must have heard us talking. Oh, exactly. I thought mine was time, X cash, X space, me dropping out. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I understand that completely. Mine was timing, funds, partly. You know, spent about 250, 275 on 2 IBC tanks. Got them all set up and then ended up having to rip out both of them IBCs. And then spend 200 on block plus sand, cement, insulation, liner. But yeah, bear with me one moment, guys. I've got some phone call and I'm going to go and grab myself a coffee when I'm down there. So 1 second. I do apologise about that, guys and girls. Good time because I did need that. Yeah, I'll take a tequila shot. Does Shane? Oh, fucking hell, Eduardo. You'd hope I didn't see that one, did you? I love being left unattended. Leave you unattended, you just go absolutely mayhem. Oh shit, it'll behave now. Yeah. But yeah, we'll take a few rich teas. Arnold, you have to fight the Belgian Shepherd for that one, mate. Yeah, all bad remarks stay. I can see I'm all in chat, guys. Yeah. Yeah, I'd bring you all coffee if I was closer. We'd have a massive coffee afternoon. Coffee afternoon around the fish tanks. So yeah, in time, you never know, guys. We might be surprised on what could be happening. Okay, I'm back. Had to get the doggies to the vet. All went on. Anything went on? Oh, that was a quick trip to the vets, Eduardo. Did I miss anything? No. Only me seeing your comments and everybody else. Yeah, much coffee. Indeed. I'm in the UK. At the moment, southeast. Ah, you're southwest. Okay. Yeah, that was a phone call to say that they're popping to. Yeah, Eduardo's going to claim that the cat took over the keyboard. Indeed. Yeah. Yeah, Arnold's East Anglia. I used to be up that way, you know, Arnold. I used to do seasonal work up in Yarmouth. I used to work on the little takeaway section just outside of Longbar. Sorry, I don't have cat, but the finches might have. Yeah. They're just sitting on the keyboard, just pecking away at the keys perfectly. You've trained them well. No, I did not move from Cuba. Yeah, them finches, I tell you. Gremlins. Oh, God, we're back to the gremlins talk. Oh, they are well trained. Choo-choo. Choo-choo indeed. We've actually got... haven't seen them for a couple of years, but potentially we could see them again this year. We did have some finches escape from one of the local schools because they've got an aviary there, and yeah, they had something happen where something or someone, shall we say, broke into the aviary. Well, yeah, pretty much they broke into the aviary, and quite a lot of the finches escaped. So now we're getting a wild finch outbreak, so to speak, which is nice, you know. bring a bit of color to the gardens. Or it might have been my Amano shrimp. They're always walking away on the keyboards. Yeah. And pop them shrimp. There's always something that can always take over the keyboard. Always. But yeah, that was my phone call to say that we've got dinner en route from the chippy. And no, I haven't ordered fish. I've ordered the sausages. Even though I had sausages last night. Would just be like, oh, there you go. Stream Elements waking up again. So yeah, with Stream Elements, I wanted it to put the link in, but not too often. I could blame all typos on my spouse. Yes, there is that as well. Gonna eat breakfast, but listening. No worries, Chris. No worries at all. But going on to the second part of the of my discussion that I was kind of planning. So, how many angelfish would you say it would be okay to, well, not even okay, ideal to keep in a 40-gallon? Second part of the coffee break. Yeah. So yeah, what would be your ideal thoughts on numbers of angelfish in a 40-gallon planted? Because I really want to try and get into the aquascaping. Ideal 6, depending on size and sex. Okay, interesting. I thought of 4. Yep, never break from coffee. Finish one, go and put the kettle on, make another one. That's my motto. Granted, I think partly that is why I'm such a night owl. I think come 9-10 o'clock at night, I've got so much coffee in my system, I can't sleep. So best to go for 2 males and 4 females. Okay. Good to know. So I'll be doing probably some Anubis, some Crips, things like that. I have 4 adults in the 60 tool, but they haven't paired off. Yep. So I'd probably go for probably around 6 in that case. So unfortunately, we did have 2 in the 125. But again, we don't know whether it was age or whether it was the blue Acaras that just stressed one out. But we've only got one in there now, and obviously I want to at some point take that one out and put that into the 40 so that it's not getting so stressed out. 1 being on its own and 2 being in with the Acaras. Oh yeah, she's definitely in the coffee drinking league, and she'll probably tell you that I'm way above the amount that I should have. 15 in a 75-gallon, but those are all about 3 inches long. Yeah, babies. So what ones do you have, Eduardo? So I'm not sure on the type that I've got. They were just sold as black. And they are pretty much all black. I don't know whether they're a different type or just bred within the tank industry. Obviously, it does give a nice little contrast again for the blue Acaras, because obviously you've got the black ones when they swim in front of the angel. It does make them stand out a lot more. But I'd say that's still relatively young because it's not as big as what a lot of the angels I've seen are. Guys, you might end up having another moment of being left alone, so please behave. Oh no, they've got in the front door. So yeah. Yeah, that's Pop's home from work. But yeah, we will be wrapping up shortly. One, because we've got dinner. And two, there is another channel that I want to pop over into, show my support for the evening, as I try to do most evenings. Also, got a few conversations with a few others as well. Just some information, little chats. Oh boy, 3 green mixed adults in the 60, 3 jet blacks, 5 platinums, 2 gold, 15 mixed up due to the horny females that bred with 6 different types in a 125. That go with a flow tank. Wow. Yeah, Arnold, when the time comes, buddy, you know for a fact we're going to have that discussion. You know more than anybody what I'm referring to. The hush hush secret. That at some point will not be a secret. 6 different tanks, yeah. So I will have to check out the green, because I've not seen the green angel. 3 jet blacks, that's pretty much the ones that I've got. One that I've got downstairs. Platinums, I do like those. The golds is one of the varieties that I was thinking of as well, because I do like that contrast with the colors in front of the green and the reds from the plants as well. So yeah, that will be an idea. But yeah, we can definitely speak about other bits and bobs. I'll be doing a stream live showing that tank soon. I'll set up a premiere and show them. Nice. I look forward to checking that one out, Eduardo. I will definitely be checking that one out. In fact, it reminds me, I might actually... Just checking I'm actually subscribed. I believe I am. And so, yeah, if anybody is new to the channel and has subscribed, thank you very much. It does mean a hell of a lot. And yeah, I do appreciate that. I have a pair of Smokies. Shane, I thought you was going to show us your tank today. Hopefully next time. Yes, I will try and get them in. If not, I'll do a short. Do female betas make bubble nests? It looks like Mine is. See, that's an interesting one, Debs, because from what I remember, from what I've read and watched, it's predominantly the males that make the bubble nest. I haven't really heard of many females making the bubble nest. So that's definitely an interesting one. Yeah, that's what it would sound like to me. There's a male in there pretending to be a female. If I remember correctly, isn't it just under, in between the front peduncle fin, pectoral fins? Isn't there like a little white spot that shows up on one of them? Which is another way of telling whether it's a male or female. Maybe she's just overexcited, overstimulated. Yeah, she's definitely a female. So yeah, that's an interesting one to actually know that, you know, some female betas will actually make the bubble nest. Full of eggs. Okay. Are you going to be doing a breeding project then, Debs? Have you got a male to put in with her? She is still very young, so she could just be preparing one for when you do add Romeo. Yeah. If she's young, then maybe she's still learning. Ah, Debs has got one of your better babies. Better babies. Do like the better babies. So yeah, perhaps she's just learning, or if you've got, as you said, if you've got a male close by that she can see, maybe she's eyed up someone. Either that, or she's just on a very, very good diet that's obviously conditioned her up very well. So yeah, that could be another side of it as well. Possibly. I'm not sure whether they would be, but it's a possibility. Maybe. Not sure. Not sure whether a beta would be, or if you could even get a beta to be. I have a male crown tail, but not in view. Okay. Well, Devs, what have you been letting her smoke? You sure that's Blake you've been putting in the tank to feed her? I'm guessing she's been on a good small pellet or flake diet with some nothing illegal. Good. I'm sure she's been either having some very good pellets or the occasional bloodworm or something like that. That's just really conditioned her up really well. That's what it would say to me. Eduardo, we're not going to go into boys to men songs. Yes, I will show my age somewhat. But yeah, if anyone got any other questions. But yeah, if there's any other questions that we're you want to ask, I could either research it up and find the answer, or it might be something I know. Yep, stream has popped up again. Free break and city allowance. That's absolutely fine, Eduardo. I should get Debs. Oh dear. And you've seen them the videos of, like, the exercise little hoops and everything else on how to train your beta. So yeah, there's always that. OnlyFans account. I think you'll find that'll be an OnlyFins account. Yeah, I think that'd be an OnlyFins account, for definite. Yeah, that's what I would say to that. But yeah, so if there's not any more questions, we will end it there and try and get some videos out nearer over set Friday tomorrow or Sunday. OnlyFins is a fish farm member. So I think I've seen them in chat, but there's always Debs play some Marvin Gaye and see what happens. Yeah, you could do, or some Barry White. Yeah, indeed. Indeed, Eduardo. Have a great evening yourself, buddy, or a great afternoon, depending on where you are. And I will say we'll end it there. And yeah, we'll pick it up at a point later on in the week, whether it be through another live or it will be through videos. Review will be coming up soon as well on the Higer H109. So I'm halfway through doing that anyway. So yeah, thank you everyone for stopping by, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.